Okay, what I have is my best guess at what you might need in a way of calendar support. I put together a couple of functions. One is a way for you to quickly build a little table of times, routes, drivers, and notes associated with the route. Also hopefully made it quick and easy to manage the information because you got a little delete trash can here. You just click the delete and it's gone. So just like, let me do one, click delete. As soon as you delete, it's gone. There's no confirmation. It's just try to make it possible for you to quickly get things done. So let me pull up the menu here and show you what's changed first. We got a driver schedule here. That's this little table here you can build for a day, routes, and schedule of times. And then over here there's a route calendar where the drivers can get a calendar view of the table. Now I haven't changed the driver's menu at all yet, so I'm gonna do that till we're done. But this is your menu that's available where you can build tables and also use the menu to see what they look like. So let me get out of here and get back into for a fresh look, and so you can see what it looks like from the beginning. It's taking so long. Don't know why it's taking so long. Anyway, okay, so now that we're out of there, and go back in, go to the driver schedule. Notice it comes up basically empty. There's nothing there. That's because there's no date selected. If you select a date, let's select the 12th. Select the date in the past, because this is live. This is your live system, your live database, so I don't want to screw around with that. So I'll just select a date in the past, say the 13th. So we got the 13th. It tries to find data. There's nothing there for the 13th, so we can quickly add a few entries. You click the Add button, and each time you click the Add button, you get a new entry, and it comes up empty. They all have the date of the 13th, but the time is 0, and all the fields are blank. So we can just pick a route. Let's say route 2. Route 3, route 4, and I'll demonstrate the delete button right away. I'll just delete that empty one. We don't want it. Okay, so we'll have 3 entries. We'll assign some drivers. All right, Pennington. Let's see, Celia and Carlin. And you can add a note there for anything you need to say. Okay, so we've got the entries here. We haven't selected times. I was saving that to last because I'm going to show you something. This thing comes up and it sorts the records in the table by time. So if you enter a time, let's enter one. Let me show you what happens here. Which let's say starting at 6 o'clock for this one. It immediately flips to the bottom. This is simply because it's sorted by time. That may be disconcerting when you create the table. I can create some options there if that's a problem. I can have it not sorted and maybe put a button up here to sort it by time if you want to look at it by time, that kind of thing. So anyway, whatever you think is best, I can do. Also, another thing, this time, the table is in military time, so that after 12 o'clock, it just keeps going up to 13 o'clock, etc. Now, the plugin I'm using for this date handling thing, it can't be changed. That's the way it works. So if this is going to be an issue for you, let me know, and I can look for a different plugin that might enable us to display the time in a regular. So anyway, okay, so that's that, and then let's make 7 o'clock here, and then what else we got? This one, make it 7:30. Okay, so we have a table here of 3 entries. One of them has a note. And one of the things I try to do to make it quick is that I'm assuming that once you get a day set up with the routes and times and comments and stuff like that, other days you set up might be very, very similar. So it'd be handy to be able to copy all the entries from one day, to use that as a starting point, and then make whatever changes are needed for that day. So the way you do that is now we just did the 13th, so let's pick a date of the 14th, and there's nothing to display, of course. And over here where this little button says copy, we can pick a date that we want to copy from. So we're going to pick the 13th that we just did, and we're going to copy from the 13th to create entries for the 14th. So let's just click the copy button, and you can see what happens here. It will quickly, my network is obviously a little slow here. I'm doing this from home, so. Okay, so we got this 3 copied. You notice it doesn't copy over the note. I don't know if that's a good or bad. If you want to copy a note, let me know. And that's done. So, and you can make any changes you need to this, etc. So, so that's that function. I think that's all I need to say about that. Now let me go over to the calendar view so you can see what that looks like. Route calendar. I'm using the same plugin for calendar as we have for the other functions. This is the month view. It's really hard to see here. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's got for the days all of the routes that are there. It's got, what do I display here? I display the time, the route name, the driver name, and then any notes. So basically, the entire entry is there. That's the month view, and you can change the view to week by the week. Here's the week that we have entries for. And that's what they look like. For multiple entries, it'll cascade down by day. You can also change it to a day view. What day we want? What day we want? Let's go to one of them we created here. There's the 13th. There's the 3 that we entered for the 13th. That's what they come up looking like. There's some possibility of make some changes here if you don't like the way it looks, or I can obviously change colors, but I might be able to change some formatting too if you don't like the way this actually works. So, okay, so that is it. That's I showed you how to create the table and copy from one day to the other to use as a starting point. And this is the driver's view of the calendar. This is what I consider my idea of what you need in a simplistic way. If it has nothing to do with what you need, I can start over. Or if we can just use this as a starting point and eventually make changes and get it to something you like, we'll do that. So let me know what you think. And thanks for the opportunity to do some work.